Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3, where today, pretty much we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the next roar. We kind of can't do anything productive, but what we can do is get all up in the northern provinces and just wreck their stuff constantly. So, that's happening soon. We also have other stuff going on. Let's just go down the list here. So, I was about to burn down Yeti Peak. Does it still seem like the right play here? I guess, actually, so I didn't want to own it because it's just like a random territory in the middle of my allies, a random region in the middle of my allies' province, and we could just give it to them instead. But it does have a trade resource that we don't have access to yet.
I will butcher any who interfere.
Right, I'm not allowed to look at the building browser because we don't own the thing. Maybe we just take it, because it's like completely safe on all sides. I wouldn't have to defend it at all. And we could just build money-making buildings in there, and then we own a place that's right next to the Great Maw. Isn't that fun? Yeah, you know what? Let's just claim it.
Must feast.
Oh, my army's in terrible shape, and also, holy hell, they completely regenerated. They regenerated half of their army in a single turn of me being right here keeping them locked down. That's ridiculous. Alright, I'm going to encircle this and starve them. And we have a Brawler Guts Targog right nearby. I mean, like, I do want to grab the Sky Monolith too, because I am curious about the special thing, but like, this might be more pressing.
Survivor of the Flame Trial.
Here, we'll get Og up here. I don't know. Targog probably doesn't need to be focused on this.
Obey.
The thing is, I'm not sure Greasus actually wins if they, like, sortie out to attack us. And that being the case, maybe the right move for Greasus is to back off and go to Blood Peak and get some meat. Because, honestly, we're, like... Alright, hold on. Break the siege. Break the siege. We're in pretty bad shape. Except it's actually like a real pain in the ass to get around this city.
Come on, faster.
Yeah, I need to go. Like, we replenish this army very, very quickly.
Over.
But I am going to need to replenish this army. Alright, and Targog is just going to stay focused. We'll deal with Yeti Peak soon.
It'll happen.
So I kind of want to walk past the Sky Monolith first. I want to see if there's an army in Titan's Notch. Okay, there isn't, so we can probably just go ahead and colonize them. Because it's going to take us a turn or two to be back at fighting strength. Let's go ahead and fix up this old Sky Monolith. And now that we control it, we can actually building browse. Income from buildings plus 8% in all adjacent provinces is fine, I guess. How many of my provinces are actually adjacent to this? So it's this... No, sorry, it's this province, right? It's these three. So that, and that's a shared border, that's a shared border. It's actually kind of a lot of my territory. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That'll be worth having. Alright, who's next? Goff. Goff needs food badly.
Ogre tyrant.
They really should just let you move in ambush mode. Let you do a 75% move while you're in ambush mode, because it's super annoying to have to do it this way. Now we know there's a whole army in Shangwu. So the approach is not super valuable until we're actually ready to make a move. But maybe we can... Oh, yes. They're pushing, actually. Maybe we can seize upon them. And where's the nearest... The nearest camp is, like, pretty far back. Yeah, we really need to put down a new camp. And I don't get meat from friendly camps, right?
I bow only before dragons.
My plan for solving this problem could be to try to sneak up on that army.
Carve and
In fact, realistically, it's the only plan, I think.
guided
Let's see if we can do it. We can't get them this turn, but if they don't see through my ambush, we will be able to get them next turn, even with a fallback on their part. Yeah, we need a camp like hereabouts to cover this area. And honestly, like, this camp is not in a bad spot. A camp that like gives us a place to rest in Southwest Cathay would be really useful as well.
Ogre slew a master.
And you are just going to fuck up some dudes. Okay.
Means butchery.
Let's maybe creep a little bit here. We don't need to go trying to find just enough room. So why am I suffering attrition? Okay, it's because it's the whole region is frozen. It's not because of the mountain pass.
Rest.
All right, we'll take a turn of rest here, and then we can push hard afterward. Actually, Grizzguts is going to beat us to it, it looks like. Well, I'm still going to stay here in case dude fails to deliver, because, you know, that is the kind of thing that orc armies do. They just kind of... Actually, AI armies of any kind.
We might find
They just, like, run right up to a place where they might get something accomplished and then elect to instead get nothing accomplished. Is it faster to go north via the Vale of Titans? Probably a little bit. Because you still have to do this thing where, like, you go north too far and then you turn south, but much less so than the part here where you go south and then have to go north. Yeah, turns out logistics management. It's tricky. I appreciate, though, that this faction has a sort of supply line consideration that, like, really no other faction in the game does. So they didn't see through on any of my ambushes. They just behaved as though they had.
You'll be fine.
Yes. I could really use the $2,000, honestly. And I know that at this point we're closer to being in combat with them than we have been at any other point, but gosh, I do need that money. So if we are able to... Gosh, it's going to be a while before we can establish these camps, though, right? When Greasus levels up, that'll be one camp. But the other one is going to take, what? We still have to finish the research we're working on right now is the weapon damage research for the Gorgers. So we still have to do another tech after that before we get the cap from that one. Okay, Trip and Fangs are building us an outpost. Isn't that nice of them? This sucks tremendously. This is very bad.
Consume.
Well...
Age the meat ritual.
I guess the only play here is... Well, we need to either win a battle or get back to a camp, and if these dudes are going to group up the way it looks like they're going to group up, I think the only actual move is run all the way over to the camp that Greasus is about to use. I do appreciate, by the way, that non-ogre units do not cause meat consumption. It gives you another good reason to
In charge.
to try to run a mixed force, which is always the thing that I enjoy. All right, they really, really, really love Shangwu, so I guess we're just gonna, like, we can afford to sit here for a minute. We're just gonna wait them out with that army. Greasus' army will be in real good shape real soon.
Ogre tyrant.
Okay, so we got to get to about here. She says, putting her finger on the monitor.
Greasus.
Y'all don't need to know where it was. Just trust me. All right. So we'll gain a bunch of meat. We'll replenish very quickly. I mean, we may as well sit in Blood Peak, I guess. Get even more replenishment.
Too weak for
And that army accumulates meat from camps very, very quickly. Yep, I told you. I told you we couldn't trust them.
hunger cannot slow
They don't have the wherewithal to stay focused on a task.
by me.
I do, though. They just wandered off. Where the hell are they? Who knows? Alright, Targog should probably not go anywhere.
So I don't die.
But Targog probably should recruit a little bit. We don't have a ton of spare money. And this army's composition is a little soft. I think I am just gonna...
When I boss around,
Let's just fill out with Noblars for the moment. Or I guess it could be like fill out with this many Noblars and then we hire another Firebelly from the Firemouth. Corruption down in the local province, you know? That army's up in Chaos Town. That could be useful. Kindle Flame. So that army is definitely less... It's going to benefit less from the Flaming Sword of Ruin, I think. Fire Cloaks could be good. The Burning Head also is a lot of fun against more densely packed enemies. I think I'm going to do that. We'll max that out. And we'll grab you... I guess Flamestorm? It feels like the Burning Head is probably going to cover just doing damage to groups of enemies. So maybe with this one we go Piercing Bolts of Burning instead. Still a damage spell, but that one at least has a different sort of utility.
no fire in your guts. Spread the fire.
I don't usually enter multi-turn move orders like that because after the first turn of movement, they just... Here, turn around and kill this guy. After the first turn of movement, they move at the end of your turn, and they do so at the lowest possible movement speed, regardless of what you have units' animation speed set to, which is kind of annoying. But also, in many cases, you literally cannot make them move their full distance without doing something like that, because they'll get stuck on a city or whatever. We really don't have any money. I really don't want to move Maldig. I mean, it would be pretty cool in a turn or two here if we were to get a contract that is actually useful and doable. We're coming, we're trying to protect you. You're doing a very bad job of keeping yourselves safe, but we will attempt to murder all of the northern people. Oh, they just ran full forward into the actual ambush. I was really not expecting that to happen because of the fact that we're sort of like off of the road. But maybe they were trying to settle down in the trees as well. Well, they actually do have flying units, so the Scarecrow banner does do something. I don't know, put it on the Iron Guts, I guess? And then we can totally win this, right? Now, they do have a couple of Terracotta Sentinels. That's pretty scary. They have their flying war machines, but we actually have the guns to bring them down very quickly. I don't know what the deal is with these apparently bat-winged horses, but we should be able to shoot them down as well. They have a lot of halberds, which is a little scary. I think we should be able to do this. I'm gonna max out our feast because we are doing quite well on meat. And yeah, let's have at them. I think we can get this. So We can probably burn down the flying units relatively quickly if the gunners will focus. We can have the iron blasters just hurling huge explosions into the massive halberd troops. We don't have that many actual fighting ogres in this army. This army's composition is pretty weird. We have the Gorgers as sort of like weird cavalry units, effectively, and then we have the Iron Guts who can kind of do... They're kind of both. But for the most part, this is actually a shooting army. It's going to play really funny. That said, I'm expressing concern, but also it means we should be less vulnerable to the large amount of halberd troops than many of our other ogre armies would be. So this actually rules. We get to just start up here in this like terrace farm. Yeah, this is great news, actually. Right, so you stand right there. Give them all the harmony they can get. It's so hard to get your units to just like stand where you want them to stand. There we go. Okay, the lead belchers should definitely not be firing at the horses, because I'm sure they'll miss a lot of their shots. So I want to have the Noblars just basically charge right there. The hunter on the Stonehorn should probably be mostly shooting at those guys. I want to have the Iron Blasters in sort of like fire along the line type positions. If I put them here, okay, yeah, their range is sufficient that they can target the entire enemy force. That's fun. And then I definitely want at least one unit of Gorgers whose job it is just to eat the Fire Rain rocket.
Iron Guts!
The Iron Guts should be down here because it's going to be their job to kill the Terracotta Sentinels. And then we have 2 more units of Gorgers that I'm a little uncertain what to do with, because I do not want to put them in a position where they might have to fight the Jade Warriors straight up. We could... are they allowed to drop here? No, this is untraversable. So we don't have the stealth available there. Because, like, they kind of... I guess I'm going to put them over here. They kind of need to see how things unfold and then move around. And our Tyrant should... I mean, our Tyrant should be right up front. Our Tyrant wants to just ride in immediately. Start murdering archers. Okay, so... I don't know if I'm going to... We're going to have pretty weird coverage over here. These Noblar units are going to get absolutely massacred. Let's have the Lead Belchers start in on the enemy Lancers. You guys are in guard mode. Do not go anywhere under any circumstances. Actually, you know what? I put these guys, the Celestial Dragon Guard, behind them because I didn't want to block their position. But actually, they should be here, right? That's way better. Y'all just kind of fire upward into kind of the middle of, like, yeah. Also guard mode. Do not chase anyone. This unit of... Wait, didn't we have a unit of... Where'd that unit of Gorgers go? Oh, I didn't move the right unit of Well, that shouldn't even be a thing that can happen. How did I select a unit of Gorgers that had already been selected for this? Well, that being the case, we're going to change up this plan. You're going to go eat those dudes real fast, because that unit does need to die quickly. And, yeah, this happens. Each one of the Terracotta Sentinels gets its own unit of Iron Guts. Again, you absolutely should be able to issue these kind of orders during setup. I'm going to move at least one of these units of Gorgers over here as fast as possible to wrap around on this if that needs to happen. Okay.
Kill 'em! Eat 'em! Steal anything that shines!
Yeah, jeez.
Then bring it to move!
Those guns. Okay, so interesting news. That group fell in on the lead belchers as soon as, like, just as the Gorgers were reaching them, which is the worst possible outcome for them. That's actually really good news for my Gorgers. I think I want to try to wrap around and hit some of these halberds in the back. Actually, what we want to do is wrap around and grab some of these archers. The archers are a little bit less murdered than I would like. So when I hit this, it gives 40 melee attack. You know what? All of those Noblars could really use that, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so you're in on them already. That's going to break fast. The other unit of Great Longmaw Riders is down here, and I think they have to be the focus now. The Gorgers are going to handle the other problem. I feel confident. And then as soon as those are down, we have to kill these. Otherwise, they're going to bombard the hell out of us. It's an interesting battle. Okay, for the most part, they're focusing their attention very poorly. So the Great Longmaw Riders moved just far enough away to break the gunners' focus on them, which is a really annoying thing for them to have gotten to do. Okay. These archers are actually having a terrible time. We probably don't have to focus on them. So let's go ahead and move this one unit of Gorgers over here, and then we are just gonna jump the backside of these enemies. I just want to make sure I'm hitting the rear. Okay, the Longmaw Riders are taking advantage of the fact that they're extremely good at being cowardly. They're really, like, maximizing the effectiveness of their cowardice here. These ones are turning around to make trouble. I think we're going to focus up here first. You probably need to get over here and help with this. Yeah, melee defense down. It's a reasonable debuff to put on a Terracotta Sentinel. The Longmaw Riders have gotten completely out of range. I'm not really sure what to do with that. They're so good at fleeing. Like, they are such profound cowards. It's really impressive. Do I want to refocus the lead belchers on the Terracotta Sentinels? They can probably hit them. Their damage is pretty high and pretty armor piercy. Yeah. Okay.
Run for it!
Order and balance.
Come on, burn them.
Run for it!
There we go. Refocus. Where did that Longmaw Rider that was back here go? I don't know. They're just screwing around. They're not really accomplishing anything, as far as I can tell. Sorry I'm pausing so much. I do feel the need to, like, constantly refocus here. So we got counter-pushed by a different unit of Celestial Dragon Guard, and I think probably the smart move here is just to get out of there. This is not what I thought these Gorgers were going to be up to. You are absolutely killing it, which is, like, no surprise. It's a melee lord in the middle of a bunch of archers.
Win supper! Eat 'em!
Iron hail
Alright, they should be properly dead quite soon. Again, we're seeing like a lot of essentially unbreakable enemy units, which is like super annoying. Alright, are you actually attacking? It doesn't look like from your ammo bar that you are actually attacking. And it'd be super cool if you would, because I turned off melee mode in the hopes that you would do anything at all. Alright, go hit those guys again. We are about to completely lose control of the enemy melee, and that's pretty bad news. Form up over here. I do think we got to burn this thing down, but it sucks. I'm going to change my targeting priorities here. I want to shoot kind of into this. I mean, there's just like these huge balls of enemy units, and we're not firing on them at all.
Thunder and forth! Ogres!
Okay, you're rolling way further into the battle than I was expecting, but it's fine.
Swarm together!
I have my own Celestial Dragon Guard to counter this push. Okay, so that's good news. And one of the Sentinels is down. This unit of Iron Guts here who can just like charge and do some damage. We probably have to pull these Gorgers back, which actually makes the Iron Gut charge a bad idea. But now the Iron Hail Gunners can turn their attention to other things. I guess we should finish off this unit of Longmaw Riders, but they're basically done anyway. This is going to be tough. The Halberds are going to be tough. We do get to shoot at them at least. Annihilated. Okay.
Iron Hail Gunners! Harmonious Rock!
Most prudent! Hunter moving! Stopper! Live from live!
Defenders of Attic! Without hesitation!
Hunt them down!
Actually, go this way. Big units of Iron Hail Gunners are actually like deeply terrifying. Yeah, it was for sure the Cathayan units that won that battle for us. Their kill numbers are low, but every one of their kills was so consequential. So we crushed one stack of Northern Province's troops of the 7 that were over there. When it was like four armies, 2 of them at full size. This is one of those. And then two of them smaller. But that does mean there's still a full-size army, and also the garrison of that city is the full 20 units. So we're going to have a hard time actually making any headway here. We traded like a unit of Gorgers for an army, and that's a good trade, but it's not. We're too damaged to do anything other than go back home now. Still, good experience. Once we have our wizard, stuff like that will be a lot easier. An early flame cyclone, while they were repositioning to fight us, would have been absolutely devastating. Yes, we did only lose one enemy, or one unit. I am going to take the large amount of money. Okay, and the western provinces are starting to put it back together a little bit. They're starting to get some kind of defense in place. I hope that we gave them the time they need. And then also the blood mob being up here is nice. Join your war against Nordland. And this is just free money, right? We're never going to be in combat with Nordland. In case you're not familiar, that faction is like over here. They would have to sail all the way up the Bay of Blades and then run considerably inland. And they have other problems. Okay, Mountain Talker Grendel has gained the ability to be the Boom Maker. The Boom Maker that we have always needed him to be. Yeah, wow, Greasus' army gained 31 meat that turn. That's pretty solid.
Of the tribe.
Okay, you need to continue sitting here for a little while. That doesn't do anything until tier 3. What we probably need is just like growth and replenishment for the moment. So we gotta level this up before it actually means anything.
Ogre fire lily. Spread the fire.
Alright, Grout he'll be over there in a minute.
Ogre tyrant.
So we do have a couple of these that we can pursue. The Mount Crag camp gets upgraded next turn. That's gonna be very helpful.
Ogre fire lily. Fire mouth.
Yep, just keep running as loudly as possible on account of you are an ogre, and that's how ogres do everything. So hungry. So hungry. Must find a way to food. Alright, you very nearly gained immortality there. And we didn't really have a plan for developing this lord at this point. We got all of our blue line skills that we need. And so probably it's like red line stuff. Probably he just needs to boost the function of his army. Although honestly, even stand your ground is not very good. Well, that's right. Yellow line has a replenishment, has regeneration for ogres. So that's definitely something to push up immediately. He's already such a good lord fighter. Like usually you go yellow line to make yourself better at fighting enemy characters. I'm gonna take the red stuff. So this army's a little bit weird. I might actually, like, we're gonna need this obviously, because we have the lead belchers and the iron blasters, but we might also get scrappy fighters. I guess we do have both gorgers, or no, sorry, we do have iron guts and gorgers. They're not on the same skill. That's right. Well, let's take tools of destruction first. We know we're going to do this. It's a shame that doesn't apply to the gunpowder units that are loaned to us from our allies. So I definitely want this. Oh, and also I should like spend your level up skill point on HP. You don't have max HP yet. Yeah, let's do that. We are occasionally running out of ammunition, so all a quiver is probably also worth pursuing. But it's certainly not a high priority.
Ogre tyrant.
Alright, back home.
Who can I boss around next?
Let's go grab another unit of gorgers. I guess the question is, do we actually want gorgers in this army? Maybe I'd be better off reconfiguring it even a little bit more. How fast are lead belchers? They're pretty slow. They're not as fast as a lot of other ogre units. They're only 10 points slower, which isn't so bad. I am allowed to... Do I have... No, we don't have man-eaters with the pistols yet. Because I'm kind of thinking, like, having man-eaters and iron guts in this army, like cutting these things, having a unit of man-eaters whose job it is to flank and shoot, and then just really going all in on the shooting army thing is probably pretty good. I guess we don't need to recruit anything right now. If we can't get the unit I actually want, we'll just leave the space open and get the wizard in there. So you're good then. Grolg. Still doing this.
The great Moors command.
Wow, that's wild. Going into March mode is actually like... It looks like it's more than doubling our movement speed, which obviously is not what that is supposed to do.
Hunter.
And we're just keeping an eye out down here. Targog's definitely not going anywhere. And I don't think we're doing any other stuff. Og just did what he needed to do and does not have... I think we're exhausted, so... Yeah, okay. It feels like we're doing a lot of sitting around. Just kind of waiting for things to get into place this episode. We'll give our Lord Greasus another turn or two of just sitting in camp replenishment area. And then hopefully be able to actually put some pressure on Cathay with him. Boy, those Northern Province armies, they sure do like to overextend, don't they? I am treating the Blood Guzzlers like they're not even there. Just completely disregarding them. The most disrespectful.
Proving yourself useful to
We do actually have to deal with them. You want a military alliance? Well, you know, you're not at war with anybody that I would find, like, to be a problem. I don't really care who you do go to war with here in the south and west areas. I think I'm down for this, actually. Wait, did I press the... I said I think I'm down for this, and then I just clicked without looking at which button I was hovering over. Just hoping that the game would sense my intent. So I may have turned down that deal after deciding to take it. I don't actually know. Here's the thing. It super doesn't matter. Okay. Unsuccessfully attempted to lay an ambush. New contracts are available. So Carneth's sons would like me to take this city for basically no money. The Mountaineers want me to take Granite Spikes, which actually could happen. I don't know who they are, and I don't care about them, though. The Thunderguts would like me to get rid of Gormog, Gork's Chosen, one of my close allies. They would give me significant benefit for it, but it's a really bad idea. Okay, we do need to...
whatever I decide.
I do need to actually recruit something
They
here.
work for Greece.
Who am I... Okay, I'm just allied with... That's right, I only have an outpost with them. I was going to bring in man-eaters for this army. That was my plan. You know what? Let's just grab another unit of Iron Guts. And actually, if I'm going to be sitting here recruiting Iron Guts, I think I'm going to cut some of the other stuff that's just not very good. So we definitely benefit. Like the upkeep for Iron Guts in this army is so small. Definitely feels like we should do a little bit more of that. It's also a little bit on the expensive side. Let me make sure here.
Tyrant!
Make sure to save enough money to do this. This is important.
Greasus.
So that prevents me from hiring another Iron Gut, right? That was too much money? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's all the recruiting will do. And we'll be at full health in 2 turns, and then yeah, then murder. Also, we'll have so much meat.
Living flame.
You're about to do that thing.
Of the
Reaching that army right as it hits full health. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
no firing.
For some reason, Malgut went up to level 20. And long shall live the story of how he immortally sat down in town and, like, took a break, had something to eat. It's the only thing ogres truly respect.
Ogre violently.
Alright, you get over here somewhere.
Burning winds, searing flesh.
So Goff needs to keep sprinting. It's probably really hard to run that far on an empty stomach. That would be my guess. You're good. We can just starve them out. I don't see any particular reason to get fancy here.
Ritual.
We could roll in and probably kill them, but also we can encircle them and get this kill for free. I'm not in a hurry.
Make me of them.
We are still suffering attrition damage while we're out here, so that's a problem. But I can't imagine it's going to be worse than the starvation damage. They're not going to catch up. All right, Targog is doing what Targog needs to do.
Too weak for the flame. Cannot march through magma.
Okay, Og has unsuccessfully stopped the enemy from marching through magma. He seems so confident about it, too. And I guess we're good.
A tyrant.
Don't really want to install a new building there. Yeah, this still needs to happen. This is the ogre pistol thing. Okay, well that's a bummer.
I'm the boss.
Okay, that we're good on. That we're good on.
Cave beasts.
That I'm totally good on. The contract system feels like a total bust, basically. I think the rewards need to be an order of magnitude larger on average, probably, to be worth the amount of trouble that the contract's going to be. Like, I just can't imagine a situation where I would be willing to significantly go out of my way for 1,000 gold. And usually, they're considerably less than 1,000 gold. So they need either, like, the monetary value needs to go up by an order of magnitude at least, or they need to come up with some other benefit to attach to them, like that camp growth buff. That's significant. You know, if more of them had something like that.
You're on my good side until you're.
As it is, I feel like this is not enough money. You can pay more than that. Come on. As it is, I feel like the contract system is supposed to be a really important part of the ogre lore. Like, you're supposed to feel like a mercenary force, but there's almost no reason to ever engage with it. Okay, so that skill is great, or that tech is great. Ursun shall roar, and soon, probably. So let's grab our tents. 6 turns. In 6 turns, we shall have +1 camp limit. Okay, yeah, the garrison's bleeding quickly. Greasus doesn't have anything to do. Goff just needs to keep running. Ooh, I do actually have to be careful here because Bull Mallet Hands could do us a problem.
The flame trial. They will know burning agony.
You know, he's still so low level. It's very embarrassing. I guess learn to be good at damaging walls. No, hold on. We don't care about damaging walls at all because we have ogre wall explosions. Yeah, I guess as a map action hero, he kind of already has all of the skills that would matter for him at all.
The volcano will send us gifts.
Okay. And this seems like a good time to start marching toward a murder.
The fire wind howls.
And this army's doing just fine on meat. So Greasus is still doing a thing for another turn. Our income is about to go up. Goff has to approach with some caution. We're gonna try to. Boy, I can't make any. There we go. I just want to move a little bit more. There we go. 26% movement remaining. Perfect. We're gonna creep up from behind in ambush mode. I do not want this army to turn around. Malgut's probably just hanging out for another turn or two. We're getting closer. It takes a really long time to get out to Cathay. And the thing is, like, part of the way you're supposed to deal with something like that is... Actually, they're taking damage from the siege way slower than we are. Ursun's gonna roar. It could be up to 5 turns. We've seen in the past. Maybe, hold on. Maybe a different plan here.
Beast killer.
How effective are you at assaulting garrisons?
Defenses mean nothing.
You're only level 4, so
Natural born survivor.
you're not going to be doing a huge amount of damage. You know, still significant.
Scourge of the weak.
I think I'm going to put the point into assault garrison, or maybe specialist. No, let's take assault garrison.
Ogre slew a master.
You're going to replenish a couple of turns. We're going to do that, and then when this army's at full, we're just going to attack. The rate of punishment is the punishment differential is bad for us. And I guess that's it for this turn. Right, Malgut's not moving on purpose. So I'd really like for Greasus Goldtooth to at least deal with the Yeti camp situation, but, you know, we got to turn around and deal with the roar whenever the roar happens. That's a lot of Great Orthodoxy armies. And they're all pushing west really hard. I wonder what's going on. Perhaps they have been negatively affected by something. So we don't really have any idea what we want to do. Boy, that is a terrible trait. That's basically nothing. We don't have any idea what we want to do as far as which demon prince to go after next. Probably not Khorne. If it's reasonable to push Khorne off, I think I would like to. We haven't been acquiring so many like powerful weapons and stuff. So the Khorne weapons are going to be a much larger power boost for our faction than they were in the last game we ran. Like, we have a couple of Thunder Maces, and beyond that, I would say kind of just crappy weapons, so... Getting a hold of a chainsword or something will have some serious effect. I am really disappointed, though, that they didn't go, like, super wild with them. Like, there should be a gun, right? There should be a laser cannon or something. Alright, so they are bringing 2 full armies to do battle with us. And they will be here presently. We may have to just fall back.
Got his law.
We can't really defend that.
Fire priest.
I mean, a thing we can certainly do is try to, we can try to set up an ambush outside the temple. Catch one of them marching in. These armies are...
My will does not bend.
I am no one's
They're
slave.
probably... They're honestly, they might be a little scarier than the last army we fought. Because in the end, the actual effect of those Terracotta Sentinels was quite small. But here we just have a larger number of ranged units who can actually... Well, I guess without the Terracotta Sentinels, we can devote more bodies to killing those ranged units, at least.
Leader of the tribe.
I don't know. Hold on. We'll come back to this decision. So Greasus can't reach Bull Mallet Hands this turn.
Only one I listen to is me. I'll scald their feet.
Okay. Their movement is really bad. We can go destroy the camp, and we absolutely will. And maybe Bull Mallet Hands will choose to show up as a reinforcement. My guess is no, but... Okay, that's a Pyrrhic victory somehow, but not so Pyrrhic that it's actually going to kill any of my units. Still, we should probably do this manually, because otherwise it's going to be a... Yeah, otherwise it's going to be a real pain in the ass. It's going to, like, kill... It's going to drop all of my units to, like, 10%, and then we're going to have to go back and heal, and I really want to push forward to the Yeti camp and destroy it so that we don't have to worry about these people anymore. So obviously it's going to be pretty easy for us to just blitz the garrison and take the settlement before the reinforcements show up. They really don't have a way of stopping us. I do wish that this army had guns. It'd be really nice to be able to just shoot our way in. We are going to get a big power boost when we get access to those man-eaters with the pistols. That's the thing I really want to put a bunch of into every army. I suppose they're going to be expensive, but, like, whatever. So... We don't necessarily need to, like, set up and try to strangle them out. I think it makes more sense to take control of the base as quickly as possible. So let's, like,
Take it all.
I'm going to start right up against the gate on this side, and we're just going to push super hard. Over here, we'll go like...
Iron guts.
Push, push, push. And then everybody who's not in those groups.
I ain't no gobbo.
The whole lot of you. There's an entrance over here, right? Yeah. Okay. There we go. That should do it. Because, like, they have no defenses, right? They have 5 total units. The Stonehorn should go with them. I probably should have grouped these units. Here, let me do that. Group these units for the sake of keeping stuff together in my head. Okay, all of y'all do that. This is group 1. No tech, really. No tech, just murdering. I'm going to pop all of our speed boosts, because I would like Greasus to get in there first. That would be cool. And then over here, they put up a little bit more defense than I was expecting, and I'm not really sure why. It seems like a terrible play. I'll just get like here and throw knives. Okay.
Conquest is why we're here. Conquest is why
They're rethinking. Even with all of Greasus' speed boosts on at the same time, he is still not faster than the other units in this army.
calls. The more calls.
Okay. Well, we should be making very short work of all of this.
I smell game.
A lot of running, a lot of cowardice.
Follow the Morse call.
Charge them now that they're running. Okay.
The mortal. When supper.
I really, really dislike the way unit flags are represented. I know I've said it before, but it just keeps being true.
War together.
Okay.
The strongest.
I guess you can keep chasing. These units are all converging on what, for some reason, is the battlefield for this particular situation. It's so weird how all of everything converged over here.
The ultimate hunter. Chasing prey. I choose here. This point's mine.
Okay.
Bring us meat.
Chase.
I want it all. Meal time.
Alright, so now a lesser reinforcing army can come and challenge us here in our base. It's a shame I don't get to build stuff. Okay, that's about to fall to me.
Me. This way.
Oh, their lord is running, but not yet dead.
Crunch their skulls.
Soon enough, soon enough.
Point's ours, so it should be. Eat them alive.
Debuff those enemies real quick. Okay, they just completely surrendered, which is a shame because I think that's going to destroy that army. I mean, you know, it's not like a shame. One loss, Pyrrhic victory. I don't. Sometimes we go up against an enemy force and a terrible outcome is predicted by the autoresolver. And it's like, well, okay, so if it doesn't consider my unit's charge bonuses, and if it imagines that ranged units are going to get to fire a lot of their ammunition, okay, I guess I can kind of see how it would be like, well, you could take a lot of damage here. This was my force against a force that's kind of like a similar composition, but just mathematically worse in every way. And also, 3/4 of them don't show up until the battle's over. And it was still like, I don't know, Pyrrhic. Like, we lost... Our one loss was to a tower. Because none of their units actually have any kills. So one Gorger got killed by a tower somewhere. That was it. That was all the damage that they were ever going to be able to deal. Anyway. These are all terrible rewards. Like, really awful. I guess I'll take this one? Okay, it didn't completely destroy the army. It should have, but it didn't.
Gracious, the shockingly
And
ugly.
that is a camp.
Chuck it on my loot pile. Move your leg meat.
And it creates an interesting question. What do we want to do? Because we could put up the camp over here. And I think the camp over here is less pressing than the camp on the right. But also, the right side of the map is experiencing a very powerful push. And I am worried that any camp we built over here would just get destroyed anyway. I think we're going to turn Gofk around and put up our camp somewhere over here. And I don't know if I'm allowed to put it up so close to theirs. It might tell me that we're too... Yeah, we're too close to another camp. I don't... Am I allowed to set up a camp in March mode? Still too close. I wish it would show the distance. Because, like, I'm fine setting up further up and using this to push north along the mountain face, but it would be very helpful if I could know where exactly I'm actually allowed to do that.
The meat cooks itself here.
And then I think we're gonna just fall back with Malgut. I don't see myself being able to survive this push. I think I'm gonna demolish this building too. And I think what we're gonna do is build a garrison building.
Ogre tyrant!
We'll lose the Temple of Elemental Winds and then get it back again later.
Tyrant of the tribe!
Oh, right. Targog is supposed to be
I'll have you.
grabbing this. And this will complete a province for us, so I feel like we should just take it. I'm also totally fine with the loss of those units.
Sergeant in charge!
Let us occupy.
Time for a bigger tribe.
Alright.
Oh, mine.
So I think we're going to do the growth one. Yeah, we need control as well. We do have this thing over here going on, but hey, look, we found those mountaineers. Let's definitely upgrade Sky Monolith. I'm a little worried about where we're going to end up now, money-wise, when we lose the lumber building. I think it's going to be bad.
Ogre slaughtermaster. Hunter. The quarry cannot hide.
Got another success. It's pretty good. Yeah, and they're not really healing it off very quickly.
Ogre slaughtermaster.
All right, I think we sit for one more turn. We Maldig attacks Saber Mountain again, and then the army attacks Saber Mountain next turn. Wait, Targog really got another skill? Targog, okay. What were we doing? We were quartermastering. Yes, probably relevant to get up to renowned and feared.
Tyrant gets the spoils.
And then you need more units, but frankly, you just can't. We can't afford to give you more units. I'm already pretty worried about where we're going to be at money-wise. Okay, well, at least they're in bad shape. So we probably need to start running Og down toward the middle of our territory, because we know there's going to be a couple of gates that we have to close down there. Yeah, this is going to be kind of ugly. Yep, that's going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it. And they're probably just going to keep pushing. But if we can get the garrison building established, even if it's only the first level of it, and we can pull off a defense at like an ambush defense at the village of the Tigermen, we might be able to break this force. Might. I would really like it if Greases could get the camp of the Yeti out of the way before the roar happens. In fact, you know what? Whether or not the roar happens, I think we need to clear this up. Because it is going to make our northwestern side, the western side of our northern side, so much safer. Okay.
I only serve the changer. The boss.
That army's not in a position where it can beat mine, I don't think. Yeah, that's not a real concern. Okay. So Greasus needs to burn this out, and then we have so much work to do still. Okay, well, the bad news is we did not have nearly as successful of a downtime period as I was hoping. The good news is it's about to be roar again. So when you come back next time, hopefully we'll just be heading back out into the realm of chaos, you know, the part of the game that actually matters, and doing that thing where we kill everybody and nothing bad ever happens to us ever again. And we'll see you then.